don't understand what it is and how it works. Everything else that you understand will only confuse you. Now, sometimes people say, well, you mean everything that I understand will confuse me if I don't understand racism? If you do not understand white supremacy, what it is.
Yeah. BEETV Productions. The Cultural Preservation Station. Tune in. Tune in. Hey, yo. Black education, cultural preservation, tailored BEETV, because elevation. Tune into the station, we rockin' the whole nation. That's right, we rockin' the whole nation, prepping new generation for mental activation. Tailored BEETV's the new sensation. Stop the hesitation and learn something new. My girl Taylor B's here to show and prove. Terrorist shit.
Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, Black American family, peace and love, melanated nation across the globe. This is your girl, Queen B. We are tuned in to the Justice Frequency on BEETV. This is Justice on Earth, Season 2, with Linnie, Valle, and your boy, Carnell Wynd. I want to welcome you. I want to thank you so much for tuning in to us if you're here live. If you are not live with us, I want to thank you for tuning into this rebroadcast. I want to welcome everyone to BEETV. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, share, check out a lot of our other content that we have on the channel. And we're going to get into it tonight. Now, I don't know if you guys know about Justice on Earth. We did season 1 last year. Always ahead of the game, BEETV. You know, we was a little bit of ahead of the time. You know, it's no time like justice, but we were a little bit ahead of the time. This is the perfect time to come back to talk about Justice on Earth when we're entering a 9-universal year, a year that can be full of strife, argumentative energy, ill-tempered, hasty. So we want to make sure that we're bringing that humanitarian spirit, that we're exposing the injustices across the globe. Of course, us Black Americans will lead that charge to justice. So that's what we're here to do today with Justice on Earth. And we are going to do that by examining the 11 areas of activity. Yes, you heard that, 11. I know you guys are probably used to the 9 areas of activity with Neely Fuller. And that's who you heard introing the show. But yes, your girl Taylor B has added 2 areas of activity. So that's now 11 areas of activity that we're going to be looking at to get justice across the globe. And as we know that things evolve, so we have to evolve the way that we look at things. And we always have to use our critical thinking skills, you know. So right now, I want to just real quick take a look at the shirt, and then I'm going to bring the my co-host on. So you see the Justice on Earth shirt. Okay, make sure you guys go check out besmartclothing.com for our merch. So you see Justice on Earth. We have the globe behind us. We have Justice on Earth here. We have the 2 melanated faces. And then in the middle, we have what it looks like a keyhole. But these are really representing brains. So we got to use our melanated brain to come up with critical thinking and come up with ideas to overcome the current system that runs the world, that is a dominant system in society. And we do know that that is a system of white supremacy. So that is what we're here to fight. We're here to correct that and replace it with a system of justice. And we're going to do that together as a team. And here we go. I'm bringing my boy on the stage. I want to thank you so much, Wynderboy, Carnell Wynd. Welcome to BEETV. What's up, brother?
Peace. What's going on, sis? How you?
I'm good. Peace, King. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm happy that we can be here and we can chop this up.
Right.
You know, I hope you like the introduction. You know, we got a little bit of a season ahead of us, so we have a lot to cover. But we want to make sure that we're always entertaining the family while we're educating them, edifying, and making sure that we're exposing injustice anywhere that it stands. Because one thing about justice is if it's anywhere, it's everywhere, just like Martin Luther King told us. So go ahead, brother.
Right.
Won't you introduce yourself and tell the people a little bit about yourself?
Peace to the fam out there. I want to say happy holidays. If you celebrate the holidays, it's a new year. We're bringing in blessings. We're trying to shake up the energy a little bit, but it's all in love for the planet. I go by Bert. You can also call me Carnell. That's the new name we rocking with for the energy. In the new year. Also, Wynderboy. I'm currently out of the South Jersey area, Cumberland County. If anybody's familiar, it's kind of like 40 minutes out of AC. And me basically, I've been doing music if anybody knows me, I've been doing music at least since you could say 97. I've been an MC doing my thing in the music genre, hip hop, and I'm familiar with many different backgrounds in music, but that's mainly my thing. I do clothing, sneaks, for my area. I'm always open to collab with people. So just putting that out there. And I just show love to everybody, and do my thing with the knowledge. But it's mainly about right now what we rocking with. And that's what bringing justice on the planet and, having a balanced situation. We got a lot going on out there. So we're trying to clean it up a little bit,
Absolutely. And I'm glad you said balance, because that's what the whole thing is.
Right.
It's really about balance between people, equity, equality between people. And that's something that, not only has this country lacked, the whole world has lacked it. But, obviously you always have to clean yourself up first and clean your own house up first before you can help everybody else. And, Black Americans, we're a true testament to that. We freed ourselves out of slavery. We did all of these great things. We were the most had the most inventions during the golden age of invention.
Correct.
So, we did a lot of these things, and we did them despite the conditions that we have been subjugated to. And I think that it says a lot about us, and it says a lot about our lineage and the fighting spirit that we do hold. And that's why, we're the ones leading this charge for justice on earth. Again, like I said, we always got to look at the man in the mirror, clean up your home, clean up your backyard, because you can't go to nobody else's house if your house is dirty,
Right.
So we got to clean up our own house, and we got to look out for our own. And then once we do that, we're able to then, actually, and the way I think it happens organically anyway, right? Because with us, our culture really leads the world. Like, our culture runs the world. So whatever we do is the face forwarding culture for global society.
Right. And not to interrupt you or anything, what you said is very big, because a very pivotal point with us, and it gets overlooked a lot sometimes, the civil rights situation. If you look at where we're at right now, time period wise, us really being a melting pot, I would say I would appreciate if it wasn't overlooked by other nationalities. Listen, man, we did a lot in this country. Our ancestors, they bled, they got holes down. Like, even though a lot of people say, oh, that's back in the day, that groundwork is what created what we have now. You think about, even with politics, they were talking about, people from a different ethnicity, no diss to anybody, but coming into the country, that whole conversation would never have changed if we weren't the ones marching, getting beat up, getting holes down, and a lot of people didn't make it. That's the big thing about it that gets overlooked. A lot of people did not make it out of that. They didn't make it out of slavery. They didn't make it out of the South, and this is the thing that I just push is, don't overlook that part, regardless of, what you see on television. They say we thieves, we killers, we're, prostitute, and we laid a lot. We died. We sacrificed a lot. You know what I mean?
So the whole thing of it is, we did do all that you said and more. And then what ends up happening is, the propaganda and the image that gets set forth of us, because really what it is we do all these things, but then these things get co-opted by other groups.
Yep.
And we see that a lot through a lot of the original creations that Black Americans have done.
Yep.
You know, stemming from all of our inventions all the way up to modern day, to hip hop, to anything that we do.
Yeah.
We're the leading charge. Our culture is the leading charge. And, you know, people can try to say what they want, but they can't deny it. And even when you look now on every commercial, there's a hip hop song. Every, you know, every movie, they're using hip hop songs now. So they have really shown us that our culture is the one that leads the world. And I think a lot of the propaganda that went along with hip hop was because it was the 50th anniversary and they were entering it into the Olympics that year. That's why we seen a lot of that discord with hip hop, and we seen those kind of shows coming out saying this and saying that. And, you know, and that's not to diss anybody. You know, one thing that people know about me and know about me personally and know about BEETV, BEETV doesn't rip anybody down. We don't even the dominant society. We don't rip any culture down. What we do is we edify our own culture and we speak the truth on the facts that we have gone through as a culture. So if we do not do that, then that's when we lose ourselves, we lose our culture, we lose our history, just like we've done before. Now, fast forward to 2025 is where we're at now. No one wants to go through that again. Who wants to keep going through losing our language, losing our heritage, losing everything that we've built? And that's why when people talk about the hip hop situation, and not just to, you know, drag that out, but that's one of the main situations that's going on right now. You know, even when we look at that, it's like, it's the same thing happening all over again.
That's my point. Yep. Yeah. That's my point.
Because the little bit that you keep taking and taking and taking, those little bits will add up to a whole soon. And then the whole thing is we're washed out of it. And then, you know, other people are getting pushed out in the forefront and different things like that. So these are the types of things that we as a culture and as practicing group, you know, group politics, group economics, everything that Claud Anderson, Dr. Anderson taught us, we have to continue to keep those things together and document them, and make sure that we're, you know, standing up for them, because at the end of the day, if we don't stand up for us, nobody will. Okay. You know, so I just wanted to say that. Go ahead.
And not only that, with people not trying to participate with, you know, having it being correctly, you know, the chronological order of how things came into fruition. What happens is, you got to remember, the money is important, but you don't want to sell your soul just to say, I was here, I was there, I was a part of this. What you want to do is you want to rock out with the people you've been rocking out with, because at the end of the day, that's all we got. And a lot of people are making money off of the culture. We ain't even, like, the people who created it, we ain't out saying, man, yo, every time you make $1, you know you made $1 off because of me. You know you got a number, a hit, you broke Hot 100 because, like, we move on and we create whole new things within the culture. Just give it the proper respect to the people who did it. That's it. You know what I mean? It ain't going to hurt you. It ain't going to hurt you to do that.
It ain't going to hurt you. And we do that. You know, we create things. And I mean, and you can look at that on every level. Not just on a global level, like a universal group level, like hip hop. You can look at that on individual levels, right? So you can look at things that you do individually, and, you know, you help people here, you help people there. Not saying that they got to go run your name up like that, but like, if you know someone was a driving force to help you, why wouldn't you edify them and say, yeah, yo, this is the homie that helped me out. This is the person that helped get me to where I'm at. That's a problem. And we also see people tearing individuals down when they do good things and they don't support and all that kind of stuff. So it's a plethora of things that we are faced with. So, you know, it's crazy.
Yeah. You on point with it.
Yeah. So we're going to get into the areas of activity. So I know there's a couple people there, and you guys see that the name of this episode is called Sheeple War. So you guys know that I love acronyms here. So I'm always looking for ways to, you know, make a phrase or make a word out of something. So that's what I did with the 11 areas of activity. I basically made the overarching phrase Sheeple War, because that's what I really think this is.
Right.
Not everyone, but I'm saying most of the people are Sheeple, and most people just go along with the program. They're stuck in the matrix. They're following along. So, when you look at the 11 areas of activity, it's basically a Sheeple war on the people,
And not only that, a lot of people are afraid because
Yes.
they already in the muck of it, and they start, they might, it start getting a little crazy out there. For you start speaking your mind. People, I was just having lunch with so man. Oh, your boss, like, your hours look a little shaky. You know what I mean? Like,
But that goes back to the main premise that this is it's not just, and
right.
our own constitution, is not enforced properly. It's a divided, it's a divided way that this whole society is basically built. And I just want to really touch back on the point that you were talking about, like the civil rights era and all that kind of stuff. And you were kind of talking about, if it wasn't for the work that we did during that era, a lot of immigrants and migrants, or whatever you want to call people, would not be able to. And that's not just that's the ones that are melanated or people of color, what they like to say, which I don't like that term at all, but I'll just use it for lack of a better term, but before we did that work, they were not accepting anyone, Africans or anyone that was melanated. They were not accepting them as immigrants in this country.
No, they wasn't.
If you were coming in as that, there had to be a specific reason for you to be coming here. There had to be some type of overarching thing. It was not like the run of the mill, how they brought their people in droves from different countries like Europe, Ireland, different countries. They brought people in droves to try to build that population up so they could match our population, which they still can't do. But the whole point of it is, like you said, if we didn't do that groundwork in the civil rights era, they wouldn't even be able to come here. And that's even down to Chinese people. And they know that. And I actually I wish I had I wish I had it saved the thing. I might have it on my Instagram. I might go look real quick while I let you talk. There was a Chinese man having a conversation with another Chinese man. I guess, I don't know if it was a podcast or whatever the case it was. But he basically was saying the same exact thing I'm saying. And see, I do want to kind of go fish that out and find it, because sometimes, our people, I love y'all. I love you. I love my people. I love y'all. Y'all have to start listening to each other. Start listening to each other, okay? It's like we'll say something, but you won't listen until you see another nationality say it. Like,
and that's sad.
It's
that's
so
sad because it's
You
like you rather have the about.
Yeah, we don't love ourselves, and that's why we do that.
Yep.
That's why we do that, because we don't love ourselves. Because if we loved ourselves, then we would look at each other as ourselves.
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying? And of course, that's not everybody. You have to look at who's like-minded and all that. Of course, we know all that. But we're just saying, overarching in general, that's why we don't love ourselves. So then it ends up being, we don't listen to each other. We disrespect each other. We don't, love each other enough. We don't edify each other. We're jealous of each other. We envious of each other. People, doing all this kind of stuff. And it's like, enough is enough. When are we going to stop abusing each other before we start asking other people to stop abusing us?
Yep. And that's psychologically, what they say, like with whether it's quote unquote real or not, the Willie Lynch syndrome, it leaves a trauma on you. Like, our people, we are carrying trauma from our ancestors because it's in our blood. We're carrying trauma from our childhood. We're carrying trauma from our parents. We're carrying trauma from our friends, because that energy latches on. And like you said, looking in the mirror and working on yourself and loving yourself and wanting best for yourself. And then you want best for your brother, your sister, your people, your nation, your country. It's all, it stems and it connects to, it's like a tree, it's a branch. And that's like, to me, that's like what you're saying. And this is why what you've been doing has been dope, because, and it should be edified and it should be recognized, because it's not a small thing for you to get up and do this, and for you to get up and do the work, and then you putting your life on the line, because you don't know, God forbid, not saying that, but you don't know what tomorrow holds. And to me, I kind of like always remind people of that. Like, don't forget, like, listen, we have fun now. We enjoy what we have now, but it was through a lot of sacrifice and a lot of people going through them hardships. And as a nation, we should be bigging each other up first. We should be, it should be
Yes.
us. It should be, yo, that was dope what you
Us
doing.
over
Or
everything. Yeah. Us over everything.
yeah. Like, if we don't do that, then the rest of the world gonna be like, y'all don't care about it. Y'all don't even care about yourselves. So,
Well, that's the way they are. That's the way they kind of do look at it.
right.
And I don't want to kind of paint the picture that they look at it that way, because it's
Right.
and like it's our fault, because it's not.
Right. Right.
We've been through a lot. There's a lot of healing that needs to happen, but the problem with trying to heal is you can't heal while you're still actively being wounded.
Right.
Right. So you can't heal when you're still actively being wounded. So this is the conundrum that we're running into right now. We're still active prisoners of war in this country. Something was stolen, something was taken from us.
Right.
Our birthright, and all of that. And until we can kind of rectify those things, and all of us really come to that consensus that this is what we need to be really focused on, it's going to be chaotic. It's going to be chaotic.
Right.
And people have to understand that. And I mean, at this point, sometimes I look and I'm like, do we really want to heal? And I look at it through a lot of different things. I know there's always a balance to things, but the majority of the mainstream, it's a lot of negativity surrounding our culture. And that's what's broadcast to the world. So that's the problem, and I think, and a lot of times when I hear people talk and all that, they'll say, people are waiting for Black Americans to finally wake up and lead the charge, right? They're waiting for us. It's like the whole melanated, diaspora family, they're waiting for us. Like,
but we've done it though.
Yeah,
we've done it. We
do it again. Let me tell you, we did do it. I'm not saying we didn't do it, because we did several times.
Right.
Different occasions and different levels, right?
Right.
But the problem is you've got to continue to do it, because on the levels that we've done it, we have not completed the task.
And you know why? Because we don't have nobody that got our back. We don't even have
our own back. We got to
no. I'm saying you're right, but everybody has a nation they can go back to.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
we should have built it. That's the problem. So,
go ahead.
Thank God for the civil rights people.
Right.
I ain't looking no gift horse in the face. Okay.
Right.
But at the same token, there were a lot of things that could have been done better for our community.
Right.
Even Martin said at the end, he walked his people into a burning building, and so there's things that we could have done better for the sustainability of ourselves. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing to kind of pacify things and like, okay, well, we'll accept this and we'll accept that. What about the sustainability? Where's the sustainability? Where's the plan? Where's the action plan for growth, for change, for evolution, for building up the nation and for all of that? And then we can look at even reparations, that's going to come up on this show, because I'm a cut the check type of queen.
Right.
Like, cut our check, stop playing with us. The debt is owed.
Right.
And I say that with all seriousness. The debt's owed. Cut our check. It's time. And I don't want to hear that, oh, y'all weren't slaves. I don't want to hear that, oh, y'all weren't. It doesn't matter. Just like how y'all have that wealth now that was passed down to you from your generations and your generations, that wealth was built on the back of our ancestors, okay?
Facts.
And the same wealth that you have passed from those generations to those generations is the same poverty that we're living in right now. So I don't want to hear all that.
Facts.
Oh, y'all wasn't the people. Yes, we are the people. And we are the people. And we continue, and we will be the people. Our children are the people.
Facts.
Okay? Because it's generational. So I don't, this is the whole thing with that. Like, I don't want to hear that. So, this
did we even receive, like, because
no, we did not.
I mean,
matter of fact,
you know where I'm going.
White slave owners received reparations for the loss of property. So we were the property that was lost when the Emancipation Proclamation, when we freed ourselves and we came in to help the North win the Civil War, which I have a Justice on Earth about a couple. You guys can go check that out if you don't know about all that history. I already broke that down. But when all that happened, we didn't get anything, nothing, and then
we don't even have rights.
Not rights. And let me even double down that they got reparations from that. Also, when you look at the work of like Claud Anderson, he shows, and it shows and proves that from that time, we were the fastest growing nation in the way because we taught ourselves, we invented, that was the golden age of invention. Like we did everything after that, and we still couldn't get the equity, the equity, the equality, you're a person, even that you're a person thing, and the problem is we're still dealing with that right now to this day. And that's the problem. That's why we got to do this show, Justice on Earth. That's why we got to unify. I don't want to do this show. Like I don't want to do the show, you guys. I do not want to do this. I want us to be solidified. I want us to be a nation that's strong already, that we have our own way to practice group economics. You can still be an individual, but still operate with the integrity of the group. And that's what Dr. Claud Anderson teaches us.
Facts.
You can be an individual, but you have to operate for the group, because the way that this nation and all nations work is by group-based power. So it's either numerical power, political power, economic power through group-based practice. So we're the only nation that's not practicing group-based economics and group-based 11 areas of activity. We're the only ones that don't practice. We're pretty much the only ones, because all other nations practice that within their own nation. And that's the problem. And that's where we're kind of like taking a look at this and seeing what we can do, and just like kind of talking about it, because I think even us talking about it, helps. It helps us. It helps other people probably who are watching, and like get the dialogue started, because that's another problem. There's no true dialogue about race relations in America. Which then translates into there's no true dialogue about race relations around the world. And then we can take what has gone on in America, and we can directly link it and look at what's going on right now in Africa.
There you go.
With the let me pull up his name. It's Ibrahim Touré. I think I
think it's Touré.
His name wrong.
Right.
Pronouncing it wrong. But yeah, like he is over there. He's a warrior. He's a warrior, and he's over there stomping the ground to get Africa to do what we all should be doing. And like, I commend that brother. They trying to kill him. They're trying to take that brother out. Yeah, they didn't. He had 18 attempts on his life. That's a 9, y'all. You hear that? 18 attempts on that African.
That 9.
That's that 9.
That's a 9.
Y'all. So my whole thing is they're trying to kill him because they know if his goal gets set, it's over for them. Globally. Globally, like forget like whatever is going on here and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Everyone in this whole entire globe gets their resources from Africa, all of them.
Facts.
And if they're not getting it from Africa, they're getting it from South America.
Right. And those are the people who get subjugated the most. If you look, it's always, if you go into, like, they beat down Mexico bad. They talk about Mexico bad. They talk about South America bad. Then if it's not them, then it's us. It's like, we the scapegoat for, we like the verbal abuse that people could use as a punching bag. So, you know, it makes you feel good, like, well, you're not guilty of the things that you're doing, subjugating everybody. But everybody sees it, you know, it's on the news. It's not just a neighborhood talk, it's national, international. So that's when you get into like the whole humanity thing. Like, if you that's like almost a humanity. That's like listen, that's like part of wars, when you subjugate a nation and then you attack them, you constantly attack them, constantly attack them, constantly. Now here would be called domesticated terrorism, just saying. But that's an act of war. That's it, but it's not, like you said, if we were more loving each other, then we would have we would be on one accord, like you said, when we go out. But you know,
it's sad. And you know, I think, you know, I want to say that I do see some factions of things improving. And there's definitely a lot of grassroots, you know, movements that are going on to, you know, combat this, that are going on to speak up. Hey, like, we're speaking up now.
right.
That's been shown improved through the hip hop thing. You know, we're gonna speak up. Like, you know, this is not to diss other people, but let's not skew the truth. And let's not skew where, you know, let's just be real with ourselves. Just be real and be honest with yourself. And you know,
Facts.
you know that kind of stuff. If you wasn't Black American, you was that kind of stuff. Most likely 9 times out of 10, that's not your culture. That's not what was getting played in the home. Folks,
right?
Soul, all that is what inspired hip hop.
Yeah, because that's dissing our ancestors.
Yeah, it's dissing
that's
us.
Like, come on, everybody know James Brown is the soul and the soil. It ain't just him. But when they tell the story, they always say somebody was playing the James Brown beat.
Yes, and that's the beat, and that's all. And that story has been a regular story that everybody. So, you know, it's just crazy. So I want to get into this a little bit. We're going to look at the Sheeple war. We talked a little bit about the Sheeple war that's going on, and we're just going to take a look at the acronyms and just, you know, we could just bust it up. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through each one. And what we have for you guys tonight, we have something called rapid fire. I didn't get to that slide yet, but I'll tell you about it later. But right now I'm going to tell you what it is. And I'm going to have Wynderboy, I'm going to have him doing the rapid fire. So I'll explain to you guys what that is. But before we do that, we'll look and we see that these are the 11 areas of activity that we're going to be discussing throughout the season. And I have, you know, put it in order to go with the acronym Sheeple War, because this is a Sheeple War after all. It's a war on the Sheeple. And they're using all these things to carry out this war. And I want to let everyone know that all of these things that you're looking at on the screen, they're all interrelated. So if there's an injustice in one, there's an injustice in all. They're all interrelated, okay? So we're going to start. It's sex is the first one, health, education, economics, politics, labor, law, entertainment, war, agriculture, and religion. So the original 9, you know, are minus the health and agriculture. So I'm going to right now say with the health one, I did get that from the brother Rod Hayes. Salute to the king. Salute to the God Rod Hayes. I got health from him because I heard him saying that on one of his builds. And he was saying that health is their 10th area of activity. But then when I looked at it, I'm like, well, what about agriculture and what they're doing with the food? Because you can look at health in itself with like the pharmaceutical industry, the healthcare industry, the American Medical Association industry. But the agriculture is a whole nother thing. So the agriculture is Queen Bee's build. That's BTV's build onto Neely Fuller and the brother Rod Hayes' build from 9 activities of area of activity to 10 to 11, because of course I'm going to use that 11 because that 11 stands for justice. You know, I'm not going to get too much into numerologics tonight, but you know, 11 is the card of justice. You know what I'm saying? So I might break that down at the end for everybody. But you know, just let you know, this is what we're here for. And you know, we're expanding. This is what you have to do to look at the things that are going on around you. You have to stop, look, listen, observe, and respect. That's doing the knowledge of what's going on around you. And once you do that, now you're equipped with the information to make yourself a plan and make a sound decision on what you need to do. You see what I'm saying? But if you don't have that initial information, you're stuck. You're going to be stuck. You're going to get left behind. And people are going to trample all over you. And that's really what's been going on with us. There's been such an imbalance, injustice in all of these areas of activity.
Right.
You know, since the inception of this country, I'm not even going to put a date on it, because, you know, when I had some of my own little spiritual things, I've seen that this war, and it's not a war, and I want to really say this real quick. So let me get back up on the screen. So this is not a war about race, okay? Race is a byproduct of this war.
It's a distraction, really.
Race is a tool. It's a tool that's being used in this war. Okay.
Right.
It's not the war itself and why we're having the war.
Right.
The war is between good and evil. That's who the war is between. It's between good and evil. So right now, I want everybody to think about this. I know most people in here have seen the X-Men, okay? And I think of us as superheroes. I think of me, myself, Linnie Valle. You guys don't know Linnie Valle, so I'm introducing her to you right now. This is Linnie Valle, okay? I fight crime. I fight injustice, okay? And when you look at the X-Men, okay, they have their set of what they do, right? I kind of lost my juice. That's okay. I lost my juice.
Keep going. You cooking. Keep going.
I'm trying to
cooking.
But okay. So what I'm trying to say is, just like the X-Men, they're out there fighting. You know, they're anywhere you see injustice, that's where you see them, right? You see them fighting. I kind of look at our family as the X-Men. We're mutants. We are the X-Men, you guys. Look at this story. And I mean, I'm sure there's an African story they took and fashioned that after. I don't have the knowledge on that. I'm not going to pretend I do, but I know I heard about that before and all that. But, or I heard that it was like something that Stan Lee based that on Malcolm and Martin with,
that's what I heard.
Professor X.
That's what I heard.
And I'm sure that's true. I'm sure that's true. But what I want to say is, you know, we're X-Men, you guys. We have to stand together and we got to fight this injustice on earth, okay? Because we're the only ones that are going to do it. Maybe, you know, and then like I look at the brother over there in Africa, he's doing it. This is what we have to do globally. Right. He's on to something. He already seen through the BS. He's seen through the BS. Right. So he's on to it. So, you know, this is what we have to do to move forward. If we don't do this, then we're stuck here. We're stuck in the same place. We're content. They're going to continue to subjugate us. It's going to get worse. We're going to just get hit in a minute. I mean, the way that things look, you know, they're going to.
We kind of behind.
Yeah, between kind of late. Yeah, between the genocide on us. You know, the mixing and all that, and which I'm not hating on none of that, you know. But between all of that kind of stuff, and then us dying early and dying young because of health conditions and health diseases, that we don't have adequate, you know, ways to go get health care, or sustainable ways to pay for it, because we have to choose between groceries and medicine. I mean, it's crazy. And, you know, this is ridiculous. And I think what I see happening right now, I see all across the globe, like it's not really, it's starting to affect other like ethnicities now. So I think like I see people feeling the burn of it. I hear people complaining open in public now, other people that are not melanated people, even, you know, other people are complaining about the way this society is going.
Because they tired of it. Like it's too much. It's too, you know, it's like after a while, people, you can only turn an eye and one, because it's going to affect you one way. We're all on this planet together. If you don't get involved and try to help, when they come to your door, You know what I'm saying? Like you said, we the X-Men. We got to tap in. You know, whatever your talents, your gifts. You know, also try to elevate what you're doing and keep it in the back of your mind subconsciously. Like you still got to hold down your people. You still got to hold down the planet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like you said, it's the dark. Not even say it like that, but it's the good and the evil. And
Yes.
there is forces out there, and this is why I was saying we behind, because once they destroy the culture, not saying it's going to happen, it ain't going to never happen. You never going, but the fact that it's see, you got to look at it like, why is it even being done?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a test in itself to be like, well, if we're going to see this experiment, we're going to see what they're going to do. We're going to see how they're going to respond. We're going to see if they even care. This is like, to me, I look at it like it's a test. The planet is, you're going through a transformation.
Mm-hmm.
The X-Men, they went through a lot of stuff. They went through a lot of tests, even within each other, but they have to unify.
Yes.
You have to. They even had people from, like you said, they went to other countries, like Nightcrawler. If you ever come on, what we doing?
Right.
You want to
Right.
keep staying subjugated. You want to suffer from, all of the different health problems. You want to be burning yourself out from working,
Mm-hmm.
or we can all come to a common accord at least.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah, it is. And so I put up there the cultural ascension principles because these are the principles that we set forth here at BTV to help us activate ourselves and get us active into a high supreme state. And I'll just run through them real quick. I'm not even going to explain what they are. They're kind of self-explanatory. But just know that there is a book coming out on these cultural ascension principles for the
That's dope.
community. Yeah,
That's
it's
dope.
time. It's
You be on your game, man. You don't play no games with them.
time to do it,
Don't
brother.
play no
It's
games with
overdue.
them.
It's overdue.
Right.
It's overdue.
Right.
So, we look at the 7D cap, and we want to activate ourselves from a state of inactiveness to a state of active supreme, supreme being, that
Mm,
supreme seven to that supreme state, right? So the first thing
mm,
is we're in dormant state. This is where we are right now. A lot of us are dormant. A lot of us are starting to wake up, but we're dormant. That's an inactive state. It's not even a state level. It's inactive. That means we're not,
mm.
actively pursuing justice. We're not actively fighting for what we need to do collectively on a wide enough scale, right? Then you want
Mhm.
to dedicate, and then for us, we need to delineate. And I say that because, like I said in the beginning, you
Mm.
have to look at the man in the mirror and you got to clean up your
Right.
own house before you go play at somebody else's house or try to go help somebody clean their house up. How dare
Mhm.
you help someone else clean their house and your house is filthy?
Right.
So clean your house first, and you do that by delineation. And then once you delineate, then you can look at what's important and you can start having discussions with people. Now that's the third state level. You're going to discuss with people, have discussions about these types of things, about the 11 areas of activity, about the injustice that's going on, about,
Right.
look at a certain injustice, do what you can to raise money for it or to shed awareness on it. Like, this is the kind of stuff that we have to continue to do. We have to continue to do these things. Then use your discernment, because everybody that you have a discussion with is not a like-minded person, and I don't care what color they are.
Right.
All
Right.
skin folk ain't kinfolk. So you got to
Right.
look at who you're talking to. If the mindset ain't right, then you got to move on from that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't save everybody. You can only save yourself. So at the end of the day, you do want to have discussions with people, but if they become non-constructive, then it's time to dead that and move on. And that's how you do that. You use your discernment. Then we get to document. This is
Mm.
this is the most important phase, because when you do not document your history and the contributions that you make, they get stolen.
There you go.
And we see that with hip hop. So you have to document. So that means writing books like I'm about to write for this. Go write your own book. Go write an ebook. Go,
Facts.
it doesn't
Facts.
matter. Even if something small, a newsletter, Start doing something to get your thoughts out there, to get the experiences out there, so other people can use these things for the future generation. So documentation is a highly active state, you know, and that's getting us into state level 5. And then development. Now, this is a semi-supreme state. When you develop, when you're in development state, you're building things. You're building hospitals for your community. You're building libraries. You're building schools. You're building recreation centers. You're having your own sports league. You're doing all this kind of stuff. And I say we are, you know, yeah, you can say things are, yeah, it's integrated, but it's non-equitable. Okay. So, you know, a lot of these spaces we're still not welcome in, and we see that. If we were, we wouldn't have to do this show. When I did the first show, To Justice on Earth, which I would invite everybody to go look at on my BEETV, that was on the Crown Act. The Crown Act is us wearing our natural hair. Like, we need a law in 2019 to wear our own hair, y'all. And like, I didn't make that up. You can't blame that on me, on your girls, and say I'm racist, I'm this, I'm that. I didn't make that up.
Right.
How about you go tell somebody else that they can't wear their hair to school or to work? That
and not only that,
out of their head.
Not only that, then that's the doorway. Next thing you know is don't talk that language. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear you talking about what y'all did over the holiday. That ain't got it starts to build. Right. That's why I say, man, we need rights. We need real rights, that we can put together a system of things that is going to include where you can't just target us, because hair, they know that connects us to the universe. They know that.
Well, that's why they want us to cut it, and that's why they do that.
Right.
That's why they cut their hair off when they get in the military. So that's not just us. They do that to everybody in the military. So that you know, they, like I said, they've already done the science on all this. We're the ones that are just catching up to this now. Right. You know, so to speak. So this is the thing that y'all got to understand. They have already done the knowledge on this stuff. They've been using these tactics against us for eons, guys. And like what I was trying to get at that other point, it's been eons for this battle between good and evil. And then it's just happenstance that race was one of the major tools that they saw that they could use to divide. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why they did that. And you know, that's why that's like the leading cause of things now, because that was the main tool that they used to divide everyone. And then let me just get into the last stage real quick. The last stage is where was I at? Development. So we were development. So we're building our own schools, we're building our own hospitals. And that, even that hospital thing is super important, because you know, Black women are still the leading women that are getting killed in childbirth. You know, they don't believe us when we say we're in pain and different things like this. So these are real things that we go through, and I don't give a damn what nobody else says or thinks, because you can't tell me what my true experience is with my family and with my history and with my lineage. No one else can tell nobody else that. Right. Especially somebody that's not qualified, because they don't have the proper education to come step to me to tell me about my history or my lineage. If you was educated in anything in this mainstream world, whether it's America, Europe, wherever, it's all lies. The whole education system is a lie. Everything that they ever have taught is a lie. It's all lies. So if you want to know about racism and education and the real history, you got to dig deeper, and you got to get out of the Eurocentric mindset of studying. Okay. Right. Studying just their scholarly things, because you want to tell it from their point of view. Okay. You have to study different scholarly things. You have to study primary sources and look at the primary thing that somebody did and seen when they came here. And this is how stupid this shit is. You mean to tell me you could go look in a diary right now, right? And see who they documented when they got here. But your whole education system goes against that, and you've buried that kind of stuff and you hidden it. But it's out now. But I'm just saying, like, it's still not mainstream. People don't believe it now because now it's like cognitive dissonance.
Right.
You've been so brainwashed with believing the one story that you're not
Right.
going to believe this now.
Right.
You're not going to believe nothing.
Right.
It's going, like, the truth sounds, what they say, stranger than fiction, right?
Yep. Yep.
That's what it is.
It's like MK Ultra technique.
Yes.
You know, they put this, you know, the whole thing with channel. You turn on the TV, you go to a channel. You know, it's like subliminally. It's
Yes.
so, and sometimes it may not register to you, right? Till like a month later. You got all these things that's coming through, and you watching. You could be like, you on TV, you clicking commercial, or you clicking through an ad, but you're seeing them. So then subconsciously, once they are stored, even if you trying to push them out, they're already. So now, like you said, you have these things in your mind. And then not only that, once it becomes popular opinion, you know, it's like, if you don't have the roots where you know how to do the research, you know who to look up, you know, like Francis Cress Welsing, you know, the one that you built this off of, all of the giants. This is why it's important, like you said, document. Some of this stuff is documented and it's been said for so many years. You have so many elders out there who are constantly saying this, but because of popular opinion and what's popular now, it kind of floods. It's like noise. You know, it's so much white noise.
Yeah,
you can't. Yeah, you got to tune in. You got to, like you said, you can't just go off of what they give you. Yeah, you got to tap in, man. What y'all doing out there? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's wild.
Tap in.
Seriously is. So let me get this up because we're getting into it. So we're almost through. Okay. So are you ready for rapid fire?
Yeah.
I know you are. I know you are.
I ain't gonna go long. I'm just
okay. You was king.
You know what I mean?
You. Let me put this up here so I could just show people what it is, and then I'll I'm gonna let you run with it. Let me take the cultural ascension principles down, guys. Make sure you look out for that book coming out. It's going to be coming out soon. I'm working on it now, so I don't have an active release date, but it is in the works. And it's something that I've been really working on for a few years. It's not just something I did today. I've been working on this for a few years. I came up with the concept, and you know, this year it hit me. It's like, okay, I need to put this into a book and expand it a little bit and really dive a little deeper to let people know what it is. So right now, guys, what I want to show you and what I have up on the screen. And I want to thank people for tuning in. I do see there's a couple people watching in the audience, so I want to thank you.
Thank y'all.
Guys. Not too many comments. We're fine with that because you know me. I'm gonna be up here on my soapbox and doing my thing and doing, you know, queens up, kings up. You know, we gotta make sure that we're representing for the family. You know, because we gotta stand up and stick up for each other. Like, I'm not gonna let people, you know, treat us bad. You know, and we got to do the right thing. So that's what we're here for. But anyway, so this is going to be kind of our format for the show. So, you know, tonight was the first show, so we were just kind of getting acquainted, you know, with each other and getting acquainted with some of the things that just been on our mind and our spirit, you know, because it's a lot. And when we, you know, we've been through a lot, and people don't understand that, you know, it's like a spiritual beatdown, it's spiritual warfare. So, you know, we've really done a hell of a job. Even just getting to the point we're at, I want to commend all of our people for just surviving. But now it's time to live. Tired of us just surviving. It's time for us to live, family. So we gotta start seeing ourselves in a better light and seeing each other in a better light. And really understanding that our power comes from us as a group collective. And you can still be individual and have your own individual likes and dislikes. But as a group, it has to come to a point where we see a greater good for the group, for our future, for our children. You know, and that's the least that we could do for our ancestors of the work that they put in for us to get to this point. You know, And we don't want to drop the ball and let our kids get to a point and then our kids are back in shackles or whatever, that's an extreme thing to say, but it could be that.
Nah,
So
you're right.
yeah,
Because
you
one
got
thing lead to another.
yeah, and they keep their
You
foot
know
on
what I
our neck.
mean?
So if their foot on our neck constantly, then we need to get our feet out there
Right,
and
right.
get them boots on the ground and do something. So this is what it's about. So anyway, so each episode, like I said, we're going to be focusing on the 11 areas of activity, and we're going to do it in a way with the acronym queen. So we're going to do a word each week, and then we're going to look at that word and what it spells out. So for instance, if next week, say if we do help is health, education, labor, and politics. So those will be the 4 we talk about. So we're going to try to frame it that way for the family. That won't be every week that we do it that way, because sometimes we will have timelines, deep dives, or expert interviews that you see at the bottom. But when we are doing the acronym, we're going to be using that with this rapid fire system. So we're probably going to come on, we're going to talk like we just did. We're going to have a little conversation going back and forth with each other and really this is therapy, family. So if you're watching in the audience, I wish you, say something. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Either or,
Yeah,
don't matter with me. Just let us know you're there. Say peace. You know what I mean? Kings up, queens up, or whatever you want to say. Say something. I see a few people watching. There's no comments, but
man, don't be scared. Listen.
tap in with us.
See, this why you need me, right? This why we
Come on,
rock good
brother.
together.
Come on,
Don't
brother.
be don't get on here. I'm gonna be all the way raw with y'all. I don't play no games with none of this. For real. It's a lot of time, it's a lot of energy, it's a lot of sweat and tears people dedicate for this. Don't be out there and be just watching. Tap in what you got to do. If you watching, you ain't got nothing else to do, which is tap in and get involved. Go tell somebody, share the live. Listen, come on, what we doing? Tap in. Because guess what? If we was on here arguing with each other, a black man and a black woman arguing, y'all would be, oh, they lit. Oh, he said this to her. He called her out her name, and she telling him how he ain't this, he ain't Wynn. So now that we got something like this, get involved the same way. Start talking your junk. Get in the comments and talk your junk on a positive level. You know what I'm saying? Go, that same energy. Don't play. Don't even play with it. Don't play with it.
Listen, the king,
you know what I mean?
He said it. Listen, the king has spoken, and that's it. So what we're going to do now, we're going to play rapid fire, and we're going to play that with Sheeple. Oh, Dartmouth. We're going to play that with Sheeple War. Okay. So Sheeple War is the rapid fire. So that means all 11 areas of activity are being used in this rapid fire. So what this means, guys, is I'm going to say the rapid fire word. And then Carnell is going to give me his give the problem that he sees with that action and a sustainable solution. So he's going to pass. Okay. So rapid fire pass. Okay. So that's what this is. So the pass is a problem, action, sustainable solution. And I also want everyone in the audience or everyone that's tuned into this or that's going to rebroadcast this to start using the pass method in your own endeavors and your own experiences. This can help you through a plethora of things. So, look at the problem, make an actionable plan for sustainable solution. Problem, actionable plan for sustainable solution.
That's dope.
Pass and then pass it off and go on to the next thing. Keep it moving after that. So this is what we need to start doing. And critically thinking, you have to use your critical thinking skills if we're going to get out of this conundrum, because these people have had eons to use critical thinking skills against us. And we're behind, like the king said. So let's get ready. We're going to play. Let me take this down. Hold on. Let me get this down. Hold on, bro. I'm going to bring you back on, bro. Hold on. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me remove this completely because we're done with the slides until the end. I do want to show the one slide that you mentioned because we're going to, another thing, guys, we're going to be giving you resources for books and different things that you can read to get your knowledge up, to do what you got to do. Okay. So let me see if I can fix this. I don't know what I'm doing here and I hope you guys can't see that, but maybe you can. I'm trying to make it so you're the only one on the screen, and I don't think it's letting me do that.
That's all right. Listen, you can
I
do side
know.
by side. You know what I
Yeah, we do
mean?
side by side. Let's do side by side. Let's go like this. And then let me go get everything so we can pull this up. And we're going to play rapid fire. So remember what rapid fire is going to be a quick thing. I'm going to give him, the one of the acronyms, and then he's just going to give his pass. Okay. So first, sex. Go, Bert.
Imbalance. It's
Mm.
imbalance. It's too much on television. You poisoning the kids. So, pull back, have a little bit of discipline, and then we balance it out. Everybody else got rights. So as a we pro-choice, no diss to nobody else, but let's keep it moving.
Okay. Next one, health.
Health, listen, people is they paying too much for these medicines. Stop playing with the people. There's a lot of people who's sick, so we need better resources, we need better medicine. There's too many people suffering, so get it together, man. Stop trying to just make it a money grab. Come on, let's really get into some natural resources too. Put that on the market, and don't kill each other with the prices, man.
All right. Education.
Pay them teachers what they owe. Stop playing. Why y'all playing with the teachers? You know what I'm saying? Man, y'all kids be bad out there. Straight up. I love kids. I'm good with kids, but I'm just saying y'all kids is bad, yo. So these teachers need that compensation. They be on vacation. They probably like, man, I don't even know if I want to come back. So in the system, the government need to drop them funds. They educating these kids, get better buses. Y'all got buses that's been passed. I ain't gonna go too crazy. Pass.
Economics.
We need equality.
Yes.
Equality. We need equal playing field with economics. A lot of cultures, they teach their kids from the bottom up. You know what I'm saying? But we still stuck trying to catch up. We working them shifts. We working them 16 hours.
Cut that check. That's what he meant.
Cut that check.
Cut that check. They're old. It's a debt owed. It's not no handout. I don't care about you wasn't there, your taxes. I don't care about none of that. You are benefiting from everything that we built. Cut our check.
Right.
Go ahead, brother. Pass.
Yeah, you keep politics. A joke. Stop playing out here. Y'all done turn this into a whole Tubi television series. Somebody done got, come on, we need politics to be right. Don't lie to us. Give us the truth. You don't want to do that, but that's what we need. You want us to vote for you. So stop playing and give us the information we need to move forward. That way we can have the economics. Pass. Keep it going. I ain't gonna go too crazy. Labor. Stop working us like a dog.
Yes. Please.
Stop working us like a dog. You got us out here like we on a plantation, and then you wonder why people get robbed. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, they get frustrated.
It's give us respect for everything.
I'm being real. Like, we want to go on vacation too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Then you ain't got no time to study. You ain't got no time with your kids. And then you got all these problems. Come on. Right. Stop working us like a dog, man. That's law. Right. When we gonna get rights? When we gonna get rights? You know what I'm saying? When y'all gonna give us rights? Because if y'all don't give us no rights, don't be mad when everything get tore up. You feel me? Because we want to be respected in court just like y'all is. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't have to have somebody who wasn't there to represent us. They don't know us. They from across the town somewhere trying to help speak for us because we can't speak. Nah, come on. Respect that gangster when it comes to that law. Because when we out there and we telling these cops what's going on and the cops is firing down on us, don't none of y'all step up. You know what I'm saying? So we need, come on, respect us. Give us better education, entertainment, man. Y'all stop playing with Diddy, man. Stop playing with Diddy, man. That man, you don't know what that man, he shouldn't have did it, but you don't know what he went through. Because when you was dancing, don't stop, can't stop, take that. You wasn't thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? So listen, man, give that man a little bit of grace. You know what I'm saying?
Saying that because you're taking up for the fours. Diddy's a 4 person just like you. So that's
hang on.
And like I tell you, we really are superheroes. So guys, whoever's your number, that's your tribe. Go find your number, go find your folks, and build with your folks. You know what I'm saying? Build with your number, build with your number family. And if you don't know your number, get with the queen. I got you.
Right.
Right. War.
our country has become a warmonger. If this whole year is supposed to be on war, I'm just letting y'all know now. So we got to balance that out. That's why the queen, listen, we balance. That's why I'm glad it ain't even just me on the screen. We need that balance. Sometimes you ain't got to go to war. You know what I'm saying? Everything suffers when you spending all your. I know you seen we just sent more money. We just sent more money. So take some of that money out and put it into the healthcare and cut our check.
Cut our check first, and you can deal with that other shit later.
Yeah, that stuff ain't. Yeah, right.
I'm looking out for the family first.
Facts. Agriculture. Let's get some more hands on the ground. Let's keep teaching each other how to grow your own food. You know, you got people out there like what's the guy named Blue Pill? I think his brother Blue Pill.
Blue Pillar and Yakai Awakens too.
Yep.
That brother, he's tearing up the industry, boy.
That's what I'm saying. Before y'all call people crazy,
King. Yep.
Before you call them crazy, try it for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of fake seeds that's being put in that ground, and that's what's kicking off the healthcare problem, because you can't even get diagnosed properly because you got bad hormones.
Right.
So we need better agricultural methods when we planting. So let's get together and start some farms.
There we go. Religion.
You know what I mean?
Last one.
Stop subjugating the woman. I'm saying it straight up, because listen, the woman is give birth to the nation. If the religion is out there, every religion is subjugating. You don't got no woman as a god. I ain't trying to talk to you, really. To be real with you, that's really weird to me. Just saying, man, I respect everybody though. I do. You know, you on your path and you know you're trying to do right. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing with that. But you know, we need the woman to be uplifted in that religion somehow. Let them women be teachers. Let them women be pastors. Let them, you know what I mean? But don't give us none of them lies to keep us subjugated. Don't subjugate the woman. I know y'all ain't gonna like me for that, but that's what the truth is. You know what I'm saying?
The king has spoken, and I thought that was great. I thought that was an excellent rapid fire. You did the damn thing. Let's check in with the audience.
Trying to keep up.
We got Dartmouth in the house. He said, I just think that your fight is futile is all. Okay. All right. He said, meaning there are too few to save is all. I admire your attempt to free the minds of the lost tribe. Thank you, brother.
Right.
You know, I'm not really, you know, and I just want to clear a little up. You know, it's not about me trying to save anyone. It's about me giving you and providing you with the tools to save yourself. I'm not trying to save. No, I can't save nobody. I cannot save anybody. I can't save Carnell. I can't save Dartmouth. I can't save even my own child. I can only save me, and then the family can use that as an example to save themselves. And then once we all save ourselves and start loving ourselves, it's going to be naturally progressed into a group base.
Yeah,
you know, we're going to start, once you start loving yourself, then you're going to love the other reflection that's looking back at you.
Right.
That's the problem. So I'm not trying to save people. So I and I'm so glad that you said that. And this is why I want people to comment, because this is the dialogue that we need to get out. You know, I can't, I do look at us as superheroes. We're mutants. But again, at the end of the day, some of the mutants got to save themselves to get out of those situations. Right. Like what happened, you know, with Wolverine when he was out on his own, he had to save himself and get himself back to what he needed to be, you know? Right. So you got to save yourself. I'm just a vessel to activate you. I just want to activate your brain.
See, now you commenting. See what I'm saying? That's what we need. Whether you with it or not, still get involved. This is more of a, like you said, it's problem, solution. Activity, solution, you know what I mean? Thank you, though, because
11:11 exactly. 11:11 exactly. I can't make that up. The time is 11:11 on his timestamp. He said use correct, and Oz knows it. Oz knows it. So you know, with that, I thought this was fantastic. It was a great first season back. We're only going to grow from here. We're going to get better. I appreciate everyone that was tuned in live. If you're tuned into the broadcast, thank you so much. Please put a like on the video. Share it with someone that you think
hit that bell. Like they say, hit that bell.
There you go.
Hit that bell, man. Stop playing out here. Hit the bell and share it. It ain't cost you no money. Stop playing. Right. Stop. Come on, man. You gonna go watch. You gonna watch that Gilly fight for free, and you gonna hit the bell and subscribe. So do the same. Shout out to my boy Gilly. That's my favorite from Philly. That's my favorite. Just to let y'all know. So, but hit that bell, man. Come on, man. Stop playing.
All right, now y'all heard the king. Y'all heard him. So real quick, I'm just gonna go back and give you guys some jewels here. So, like he said, you know, everything that we have done with this show, you know, when I first got the idea for this show, I almost want to say it was in 2022 when I first started this show. You know, that was a 6th universal year, so that's normal for me to want to create justice on earth. 6 is a number of home, family, community, and balance and harmonizing. So, you know, that energy was strong with me, and I was also in a up cycle that called for me to look inward and called for me to be analytical and kind of reflect and perfect. And so that's when I started this. And it was really just from me, you know, reading and studying and then getting to certain areas. And I'm just like, why isn't more people talking about this kind of stuff on their shows? You know, why is everybody just, I don't know if people just want to go viral or they just want money. I don't really know what the motivation is. And, you know, and I know everyone's different. But to me, when I look around at our community, I don't like what I see, a lot of it. And I want it to change. I want the perception of us to change. I want us to change our perception of ourselves. And our ancestors have done a brilliant job of documenting all of this stuff that we've talked about. You know, nothing that we even said here touches a candle to the stuff that's in these books. Y'all. Right. It don't touch a candle to it. So, you know, you guys need to start reading, start getting to know yourself, get in touch with your spirit, yo. This is not the year to be doing all this other stuff. This is the time for you to sit with yourself and get in touch with yourself, realize what no longer serves you, and then get rid of that. Get it the energy out of your cipher and transform yourself into what you need to be moving forward. Because after this year, we're going into a new cycle. And anything that you carry from this 9-year into that new cycle, you're going to be stuck with that for that next 9 years. So if you like it, I love it, you know. But at the same time, I'm going to do my part as, you know, as I see myself as a superhero for my community. You know, and superheroes help others to see the value in themselves. They don't just save them. Yeah, they might save them physically or stuff like that. But there's always a lesson. There's always a mental lesson, a spiritual lesson to show you the value in yourself. Okay. And that's what the ancestors have done. They've given you tools. So make sure you guys check out these books from Neely Fuller Jr., the United Independent Compensatory Code System Concept, the Compensatory Counter-Racist Code. You know, I would recommend that book for everyone to go read. And you might not agree with all of it, but a lot of it is correct and true. And most of it is. And it's going to tell you to think logically and to do things in a constructive manner. And it's going to make you critically think, something that I know a lot of us feel like we're allergic to, but you're not allergic to critical thinking. Your brain, you know, has all the capabilities to do so. And then we got, of course, the queen of all queens, Cress Welsing, may she rest in peace. You know, she was a 9 person born on the 9th of the month. So, you know, we're going into this 9 universal year. Go read her book. And start understanding what we're really facing here in this country, and not just this country, across the whole globe. But like I said, you clean your house up first, and then you can go help your neighbors and your family, your cousins and all them. Then you can go help them clean their room. But your mom made you clean your room first before you help your clean their room. And you know that in the Black American family. And we're clean people. So we always clean our house and clean our room. Okay. So let me get on to the next one, Dr. Claud Anderson. And he's, you know, all about nation building and group empowerment and group politics and group, you know, group-based practice. And this is what we touched on today in the show. We talked about everyone can still be an individual, but then contribute to the group based best interest, okay, of the group. So until we do that, we're not going to be ahead in this country. And I think there was no other better time to see that than during this last election. You know, when we weren't really in the group based way of looking at things, and, you know, whatever outcome, you know, I'm not saying whatever outcome someone wanted, but the outcome was the outcome. But, you know, if we were doing group based practices, we could have easily demanded certain things.
Right.
And then withheld our vote for it. And what I want to make clear too, let me get back up on the screen, is, you know, our ancestors, yes, they fought for our right to vote. A lot of us died, a lot of them died for it, but they fought for the right to vote, not just to vote, to have power in that vote, to make that vote count towards something for the betterment of the community. So don't give me that babble of, oh, you wasting your vote and all that. Yes, I am. I'm not wasting anything. I like to do things in a productive, constructive manner. So if it ain't going to be productive or constructive, then what am I doing it for? Because when I look at logic and look at history, nothing that we voted for and we said what we've asked for, they have given to us once we voted for that person. Nothing. Okay. So that's supposed to make me go run and vote for this person now? For what? What? You've done nothing for this community. Nothing. Nothing. And then you sat in some, and I'm, you know, this is talking about one specific person right now, and that's Kamala Harris, because she sat and laughed and said that she's not going to do nothing specifically for the Black community. I'm not going to do nothing specifically for the Black community. So you sit there and say that, but you sat there and y'all sat there and did a anti-Asian hate crime bill for Asians during COVID when George Floyd was the one that got killed.
Keep cooking.
So you tell me how that makes sense. Like, don't play with it. Don't play with me, because I don't play when it comes to this. I don't play with my family. I don't play with the history. I don't play with it. It's not a joke to me. It's not a game to me. And people can go around their life and act like, oh, it's all roses and all this, until something happens to you, and then you want everybody coming marching for you and doing it. No. Where were you at when everyone else was trying to get things done? You have to wake up and come out of this dormant phase. And the first step is to dedicate yourself to something. Just dedicate yourself to one thing for the cause. Just one thing. And if that's just reading a book to get yourself smarter, that's all it is. Do something to better yourself. Because the way when you better yourself, now you better your family. Now you're better in the community. Now, no matter what perception that they put out there of us, when someone sees us, they'll see that that's not true.
And that's the thing we need.
But a lot of it, the perception that's out there, when they see us, we backing the perception up. A lot of us. So that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we're trying to get back to. So guys, make sure y'all go check out those elders, and Dr. Cress, she's passed, she's ancestor. So make sure y'all go check out those books. Those are great resources. I'll put it right back up on the screen real quick, just in case anybody wants to screenshot this. These are all of his books. And it comes with a DVD. I bought this whole package. So I have all these books. I just got a couple of them right here. So I'll show them. But yeah, get these books. Okay. Get these books.
Claud Anderson. That was the man.
Get them. Here's
still is the man.
Press.
Right.
ISIS papers. So like, this ain't no game over here, yo. Like, I've been on this. This is not a game.
Right.
It's not a game. And go look at my other episodes if you don't believe the stuff that I'm telling you right now. This is the code book with Neely Fuller. It's hard to see it because of the green screen. But yeah, so make sure you guys get that here. Let me put up the other one real quick so they can see it, and then we're going to close the show out. I want to thank everybody that's tuned in live. Here go the other two books from the other the two great people that have led the way for us. They have led the path. And if you're not into reading, man, just go look them up on YouTube and catch a couple videos and all that. I get it. I get not everybody wants to read. So
it's videos out there that you can now they even have now audio that you can listen to the book. You know what I mean? If you don't want to read the book, you can go
Yes.
audio.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
And you
mean?
can go
Or
look
just
at some of their interviews and all that. There's plenty of
right,
interviews on
right.
on YouTube. There's this guy, I forget his name. I think it's Carlito 44. He does
Hmm.
he does Neely Fuller, and he makes a cartoon out of it, and it's the best thing that I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
I mean, it's so entertaining. And I've got a couple of the skits of it on my YouTube. I mean, on my Instagram page, because I watch that brother skits because it's Neely Fuller. You know, it's just him spitting game, and then the brother puts a cartoon to it, and it just be funny. It's funny. It's
Right,
entertaining. So you know, that's the
right,
kind of stuff that I'm into and all of that. So
right.
peace. I want to say peace to the Queen, Shawan West. She's checking in
Shawan.
live. Yeah, peace to the Queen.
Peace, peace.
Peace, Queen. Thank you for checking in. We appreciate it. It's okay. I know it's kind of late, and
Right.
you know, but we did it, and we got through the first episode, and I think it'll be enjoyable to you if you run it back. We're only
Hmm.
gonna again grow from this episode. And you'll see the format that we're going to be putting forth for everybody. So I just want to really right now, I want to thank everybody that tuned in live. I know it is a Thursday night, so I understand that people are probably, you know, out with the thirsty
Right.
Thursday thing, and it's Jupiter Day. So people's out having abundance and growth and wealth and health and fun
Right.
with friends and family and all of that kind of stuff. And I get it. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in. And if you found something useful or helpful from this video, share it with somebody you love. And then let
Right.
them know to come subscribe to BEETV. It's Black Education Empowers True Vision. It's Kings Up,
That's
it's
dope.
Queens Up, it's Cultural Ascension Principles. It's raising the bar. It's raising the bar for the community. It's raising the bar for yourself. Like I
Right.
told you, we don't save people, we save ourselves. We activate people here to save themselves.
Right.
And then you can go forth and do what you need to do for the people that's around you. I want to
Right.
say peace and love to Boogie.
What up?
Um,
Salute. Salute.
Salute,
Salute.
Boogie. Thank you so much for being on the check-in, and good night to Shawan. Good night, Queen. Thank you so much for being on the check-in. That being said, you know, we're an hour and a half in, so I want to go ahead and give the King some final words. I'm going to come off the screen. Let me
Okay.
remove this. I'm going to give the King some final words, and then I'll come on and close the show out for everybody.
Okay. I just want to tell everybody, man, if you tapped in, thank you for tapping in. Also, we ain't perfect. None of us, me and the Queen ain't perfect. We stepping up trying to do something. We regular people like y'all. When we get up out these doors and we go to work or whatever we got to do, we regular people. We still human. We still bleed. It's just that somebody got to step up and try to do something. Regardless, somebody got to try to do something. And hopefully that will get a counter reaction. Now somebody else trying to do something. You know what I mean? I don't even do this, but when the Queen said, yo, you need to tap in. So I said, okay, let's tap in. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, I just want to tell y'all, man, don't take everything we saying too harsh. We just doing this out of love. Sometimes, you got an older brother or older sister or cousin or, they rough on you a little bit. So we may be a little rough, but it's from the heart, because what else we got to do this for? We educated. So, we just want to say, listen, if you educated, because most of y'all are, keep educating. You know what I'm saying? But spread some love as well. You know what I mean? So I just want to tell y'all, thank you for tapping in, and continue to tap in, spread the word. And we're going to keep bringing y'all some great, powerful information, something you can go home with, some substance, maybe to leave for your kids or your nieces and nephews. And, y'all have a blessed one. And always remember, man, love yourself and love each other.
All right. Spoken like a true Aquarian.
Thank you, Queen.
Thank you, King. That was beautiful. First of all, I want to thank the King so much for being here. I'm always dragging people into my shenanigans here at BEETV. So I want to thank him for, understanding me and appreciating that, and really stepping up to the plate. Because like you said, this is a tall order. We're not perfect. We're going to always do our best to bring you the factual information from our research. We're always going to research and do things in a edified way. So we just want to make sure that we share that sentiment with the family. And before I go, I just want to give a couple announcements. So tomorrow I am going to be on Numbers Matter podcast. It's going to be episode number 4 right here on BEETV. You can also catch that on Numeralytics. Not sure what time I'm going to be going on yet, but just stay tuned in with the Queen, please. Just hit the notification, and then when I go live, you'll see. But it'll probably be somewhere up around the time, around 7, 8 o'clock. And we're going to go live, and we're going to be talking about the 9 universal year, and not just the 9 universal year, just really the 9 frequency. So we're just going to get into that a little bit on the Numeralytics Numbers Matter podcast tomorrow night. So make sure you tune in for that. If you want to get a numerology constellation, if you don't know your numbers and you don't have the keys to the universe that are going to help you to success, you need to hit me up on numeralytics.biz. I also want to I want to share this with the family because I do have a new line out on Be Smart Clothing, and I think the family's going to like this. So
you always got something dope going on.
already
know.
So right now I do have this. I hope you guys can see it. Let me put it up big on the screen. So right now at Be Smart Clothing, we have We Are the Bag. So we are the bag. We're Black American greatness. So We Are the Bag shirts are Black American greats. Okay, so you got hoodies, sweatshirts, long sleeve shirts, t-shirts. You see these prices are low, $20 and under. You can get some stuff for. You can get Numeralytics merch. And of course, Queens Up and Kings Up merch is there. And then let me just get on with this because I do want you guys to see Justice on Earth merch. Okay. We got, of course, the Respect, Uplift, Love, and Empower royalty rules. And then we got Justice on Earth merch. So you see the Justice on Earth shirt that I'm rocking. If you like any of this, right now we have a huge sale going on right now, guys. It's a huge sale. It's 20% off, and it's in honor of one of my astro numerology peers and colleagues. Her name is Sheeple. I do want you guys to go follow that brilliant sister, Sheeple_. Go follow her channel for Manifest on Purpose. And I am going to be yours truly. I'm going to be on her Astro Numerology Revealed. I think it's going to be coming up this week. And I will be talking about the 9 universal year. So we did get into the 9 energy. So you guys can check that out there. When I do the Numbers Matter show, I'm going to get into some of the things that I talked about on that show, but I'm also going to, on BEETV, I'm going to take it a step further. I can't be disrespecting other people's platforms and just doing what I want to do. I can on BEETV now. I can do what I want to do. I can talk my stuff and all that kind of stuff. And so I'm going to really get into the 9. It's not to really scare anybody, but it's to let you be aware that there are things that you need to look out for. And honestly, I've already seen the 9 energy. It came in strong. I'm not going to get into it tonight with all of the stuff that's going on globally, but the 9 energy is here. It's here to stay. So you either better transform in it or manifest it from your first cycle. And that's what you got to do in this year. And when you transform or you're ending things, I'm going to implore you to do it with cooperation, diplomacy, grace, easygoingness, and understanding. If you do it that way, now you're being that humanitarian that we're supposed to be with that 9.
That's powerful.
That's brotherly love. That's what we're supposed to be with that 9. So we're going to get into that tomorrow on Numbers Matter. I'm not going to bore you guys too much with that on here. So let's just move on. And I want to thank you guys so much. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, tune into everything. Make sure you're following Carnell on all of his social media handles. Carnell, give them your social media handles so they can follow you.
Okay, you can tap in with me on Wynderboy. That's on Instagram. You can tap in on Facebook. That's Bert Winder. And I'm changing it. So if you see Carnell, but right now it's still, I got a little something going on with Bert Winder right now. We, like she said, we transforming. So we in the transformation stage.
Oh, and hold on. Before you go, Bert, I need you to talk about this. Okay, all right.
You see this right here that I'm doing. First of all, shout out to the people who helped make this happen: Anno Domini, Mighty M80, and Rakim. This was an opportunity for me to work with them, and for me, I took this very seriously. This is for the culture. This is for the people. As you can see, image-wise, I'm just trying to play my part and do my little 1-2. You know, I've been, like I said, I've been doing this for a minute with me being an MC out of South Jersey, Cumberland County, Bristol, Millville, Vineland. I just want to take it to the highest level and challenge myself. And I'm thankful for this opportunity. The golden era, in case y'all do, you know, you familiar with it. Some of the younger generation might not be. It's my golden area. My golden era is the legend, starting with all the way back to Coogee Rap, Rakim, Daddy Kane, KRS-One. Then we got the 90s. I just wanted to bring back that feel and thank, you know, Rakim. He really laid these. What he's doing is helping me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm giving something back to the community with this one. So this will be coming out. Look forward to it. Thank you to everybody who's been following me. You see the temple is there. That's the temple right there. So I'm just trying to give, this one is for the culture. I just want to give something back to the people. You know what I mean? So
great. I love it. It looks beautiful. I can't wait to hear it.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, I'm excited for that. I always am excited for new hip hop. So I
Right.
want to really just thank everybody. You guys are really the MVP. I do
Right.
see, you know, people have tuned in, and we really appreciate you for that.
Thank you. Thank you, y'all. Thank you.
BEETV, this is where Black
Right.
education empowers true vision. This is where we kings and queens up each other, and we save ourselves by loving
Right.
ourselves. So I want to say thank you, and remember to always produce justice on earth wherever you see injustice happening. Stand up and say something and do something. Pass. What's pass?
Right.
Problem, action, sustainable solution.
Solution.
Make a pass, baby. Make a pass. Make a pass for justice on earth. And with that, I'm going to say peace to the family.
Peace, y'all.